Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. You know, I always appreciate your presence. If you enjoy what it is we're doing here, consider liking this video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Let's melt more into being. Today, the 9th of May, it's day 129. It's a good day. It's Mother's Day, the second weekend of May, or the second weekend Sunday of May, right? That's Mother's Day. Mothers. Man. I'm so grateful to my mother, actually. I try and tell her all the time before I take a sip of water. I'm very thirsty, it seems. Like, I wanted to go straight for it. My intention for drinking water today is to honor mothers. To honor our mothers. Like, I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for my mom. Absolutely. And I feel a lot of us can say that, going both ways even, as well, unfortunately, sometimes. Good sides and bad sides to both of it. Do 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 do. Yeah, this one. Hey, my friends, thank you for being here with me. This thing just stopped tuning, so now I actually officially know that I am live. Honoring our mothers. The way to God, the universe, the all, oneness, enlightenment, alternate consciousness, whatever word you want to use for it, is all around you. You can only be where you have decreed to be. I'm feeling tired today, interestingly enough. Even though I'm pretty well rested, I feel very tired. What's in the glass? Water, my friend. Liquid water. Yeah. Feel tired today. I'm not sure exactly why either. I took the last two mornings for myself. I actually slept in, and I usually think that I only need 9 hours of sleep. But then when I do sleep in on weekends like this, I'll go for like almost, how long is it? 9 hours of sleep. Almost going at 10. And I find that when you sleep like that, when you sleep more than you're supposed to, it just ends up making you more tired than you were if you just slept the right amount. I'm not exactly sure why it is that happens. The way I try and rationalize it for myself is that our brain goes through these cycles where we go through like one layer of sleep, then the second, then the third, then we hit like our rapid eye movement area, which in our body gets like almost paralyzed, and then we kind of wake up around that time after that is finished. And I wonder that if you continue to sleep after you've gone through your entire cycle and you sleep again, if it restarts that cycle, and if it doesn't complete it, that's kind of what leaves you throughout the day feeling kind of tired. Water is good. Yeah, it is. We are mostly water. So I am replenishing myself, quite literally. Hey Lisa, thank you for joining me, my friend. Good evening, Estian. Hello, friends. Happy Mother's Day to the moms here. Absolutely. Hey Merman, thank you for joining us, my friend. I appreciate seeing you here. I don't know if you have any kids, Merman. I don't think, not as much as not as far as I know, I'm aware of. But happy Mother's Day indeed. Happy Mother's Day to you, Lisa, and to any of our friends here that are mothers. Happy Mother's Day, friends. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've sacrificed, that you've done, that have gone unspoken, that have gone unappreciated, that have gone looked over. Know that you are appreciated. And the things that you do, even though they might go unseen by the individual, the kids or the husband or whatever. It doesn't go unseen in the grand of the whole, right? Mm-hmm. Dan is here today, popping in to say hello. Can't stay because I'm spending time with mom. It's completely okay, Dan. Send your mom my regards as well. Tell her Meltmore says Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, my friend. MGMT? MGMT? What do you mean, Merman? MGMT? Is that an acronym for something? M. Moms? Mom's got a mom too? I'm not sure. Have twin 20-year-old daughters, friend. I didn't know that at all, Merman. What a surprise. What a surprise. Okay. Twin 20-year-old girls. What was it like growing up, dude? Or raising, I would rather say. Raising twin girls. And this also makes me think of that one thing that they say that if you ever want to have kids, you should be prepared enough to have twins. Because that's always a possibility. And if you can't take care of twins, then you can't take care of a single child. Did that, like, was that something that happened in your life? Were you prepared to have twins and then had only, tried for one child and then ended up having twins and you could take care of them? Or was it like a situation of you realized you could take care of one child and then you ended up with twins? I'm curious, Merman. I'm really curious. 22nd says, no lowly. What do you mean 22nd, my friend? I don't understand what you mean, friend. Love your energy, brother. Thank you. This is me. I feel like I'm on a low vibe. Just cruising along the bottom of the sine wave, my friends. Seeing all of the nonsense flying our ways. The tired vibes, the aggressions, the negativities. I'm just moving with it. Not stopping. Can you shout at my friend Anling, please? Anling? Is it Anling? Yeah, sure. Hey, Anling. Want you to know, friend, the truth that is true always. That you are loved, loving, and lovable. Thank you, my friend, for being here with us. I smoked today after taking a little break for exams. Feels relaxed. I can imagine that, my friend. Smoking after you've taken a break is such a good feeling as well. It's like that tolerance breaks. Almost makes it a whole new experience. I think maybe I should take something like that as well soon. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Hello, says Lane. Hey, Lane, thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you feeling, Lane? How are you feeling, man? Damn. Like, I feel my mind is... It's a little bit stunted. You know when you feel like you have brain fog? And like you're trying to move your way through the fogs. Trying to find thoughts somewhere in there. It's a vibe today. But we can just, be calm. Be calm in this beautiful nature setting that we have right here today. Sitting in the middle of nature. I have beautiful clouds above me. I have little birds chirping away. Wouldn't have to be anything other than here right now. Yeah. I'm like, because I feel like I'm in a low wave, I'm trying to remedy it for myself with like the idealistic part of my brain. And I feel like the observer of my brain is just being like, you know what? Oh, just go with it. Don't push. Just let it flow. Awesome, we're twins. What an amazing challenge and how lucky they are to have that bond. That's the first thing that I think about as well, Lisa. Like, I would have loved to be a twin myself. I don't know how you friends feel about that, but like I've always idolized or not fantasized, I guess, about the idea of having a twin brother that looks like me, behaves like me, can have the same conversations as me. Maybe it's egotistical thing of me wanting an equal, someone that I can spar with, someone that I can have, face to face, mind to mind chats with. And since he would be my biological equal, I guess you would, in some ways, be my. Man, I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. But I don't know what I'm talking about. It's this. I just felt it would be so cool to have that, as you said, bond with someone where you have that real, genuine, like we are the same. We experience things the same way. We have the same bodies, technically. Man, that's just it boggles my mind. I'm also I do believe that in some ways human beings have like telepathic abilities. I don't believe I have any of them specifically, but I do believe that humans have the capacity with enough training and stuff to like almost tune into the same wavelengths. And this is actually something that's been proven as well. When human beings have a conversation with each other, our brain waves, our signals, the frequency of them basically start to sync up, and we become literally in tune and with like in a harmonic state with one another. So I think if you have a twin for a long if you know for basically your whole life having this twin, he is going to be in your harmonic state a lot more than any other human being is capable of being. So you will have that to relate on, and I think that's the thing. I was trying to explain it earlier and I couldn't find the words, but I feel that's the thing that really kind of intrigues me. What papers do you use? Raw hemp is where it's at. I use OCB, but only because I don't have raw papers like anywhere in a 200-kilometer range from me, unfortunately. Girls are the best. I know, got blindsided in a great way. I can imagine. It's like you hear your wife is pregnant, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be a dad. And then you hear she is gonna have twins. It's like, oh, not only am I gonna be a dad to like one kid, but it's gonna be two kids. Are they identical twins? I'm curious about that as well, actually, Merman. Cruising and riding the waves along the way. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling as well. No, Loli. That's just the vibe for today. The cows are quiet and the birds sound beautiful. There was actually a bunch of cows in the yard today, like probably about 30 of them. But my dad was like, nah. True. Oh, management. That's what you meant with the MGMT. They are apart for the first time in different universities. Ugh. Now I'm curious, Merman. Like, what are they studying? Do they have opposing interests? Is one of them sporty and the other one not? Like, you can't give me only like a little sprinkle of information. Now I want to know everything. Tell me everything, Merman. Tell me more. Wow, it's hard for them that they do that on purpose, or they find personal growth. Yeah, I'm curious about that as well. I was up pretty late last night listening to music with my friend. I'm very tired today. Okay, good. I'm happy you can join me in the tired vibe lane. We can be here and melt into the tired with with one another. I wish twin. Yeah, I guess melt snakies. Hey, Eleanor. It's been a while since you've mentioned snakes. Haven't seen any snakes since. Ever? Technically, I did actually. My dad found this little. I've forgotten its name. Speckled tiger snake or something like that. Pretty cute looking dude. Took a few photos and then set him free again. I was as well, like on the same page. Okay. One usually follows the other. Birth order is some real stuff for twins. Okay, that's really curious as well. I have cousin twins. They develop their own language, man. They understand each other's thoughts. Yeah, like I think it's that that wavelength thing. They because of their biological similarities, because of the way they think and the way they've like basically grown up in the same house, experiencing the same things, understanding their reality, their perceived reality in the same way. They literally quite literally sync up in the way that they think, and for that reason, they will more likely than any other human being be thinking the same thing at the same time, and for that reason, they're quite literally reading one another's thoughts. That's so cool. I bet people look crazy at them in public. That is so unique. I really like it as well. I am a twin. OG Kush 22 is a twin as well. Tell us about your experience with my friend. Identical twins or like not. I'm curious about all of it. Like, man, that's really cool. Hey, TK is here as well. Thank you for joining us, TK. TK is another streamer friend that's also here on the platform. The platform. Papa Oxy gave me a helpful award. Thank you, my friend. And TK gave me a glow up. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you so much. Lucky OG Kush. Yeah, I can imagine it has its ups and downs, but what are the downs? Like, I can imagine the downs. Like, what I'm just trying to think now would be you are constantly going to get compared. Because if there was any two human beings that could be compared to one another, it's human beings that look exactly the same, right? So, like, tell me about that, my friend. How do you feel about it? Mm-mm. Hey, Sriracha. Thank you for joining us as well, my friend. Do-do-do-do. They are fraternal, very different. One is sporty and smart, other is social and artistic. Hence, biology and graphic design majors. That's amazing, man. Like, that makes me even happier because it's almost like this well-rounded experience of these twins. Like they would make this like perfect duo if they were to come together and fight the world of crime. Mm. If Weird Al smoked, yeah, Yonovic and Jon Snow had a kid. Uh, Thank you, my friend. I haven't gotten the Jon Snow one yet. So Keanu Reeves. I've gotten Chris Pontius. We've gotten Heath Ledger. We've gotten Kit Harington, Chris Hemsworth. Now we can add Keanu Reeves to that list. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we have had Weird Al as well. Mm. Da-doom, da-doom, da-doom. Yeah, it's Mother's Day. Again, my friends. If any new mothers showed up in chat since the last time I've said it, I want to tell you, friends, happy Mother's Day. I tip my hat to you, Kavalas in chat. Thanks, TK. Happy Mother's Day to D. Happy Mother's Day to D. Like, TK's wife is literally pregnant with his son right now. What a vibe. She's all the way mothering right now, TK. Jon Snow again. Yeah, you get it. You get it, my friend. Me and my twin occasionally get similar or same thoughts. We are fraternal twins. Okay, so fraternal twins means that there were two egg cells that both got inseminated, right? I'm guessing that's what it means, because otherwise you would be saying identical twins, where one cell, after it got fertilized, split into two individual egg cells, and then those egg cells duplicated independently. So it's the same set of DNA that formed into two individual human beings. What a trip. I like high SD. And how do you know I'm high, Kaval? How do you know I took 9 grams of cannabis oil before this stream? Because I just told you? No, you still don't know. Damn. I feel so bad. Because I recently, today, realized that apparently I have a significantly higher tolerance to things that that other people have, especially so with cannabis. That's why I mentioned earlier, I think maybe I should take a THC break soon. So I take like 8 to 9 grams of this oil before these streams sometimes. And last night, my brother came home, or he came home like on Saturday, but he was home last night, and I asked him, can I, make you like a little bit of like a shot that has some of this cannabis oil in it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like being conservative. I'm like, I don't want to, put him through the ringer, if you will. So I'm only gonna give him like 5 grams, 4 grams, between 3 and 4 grams less than I'm used to taking. And I start to like scrape some of the oil off, and I put it in the little on the scale, in the little container that I was gonna serve it into him, and it's like 4 grams. And I'm like hesitant. Should I add like another gram or so? And I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna leave it at 4 grams. And I prepare it for him, and I give it to him. And like this was about 8 at night. So by 8 at night, I'm usually heading to bed. I'm going through my like nightly ritual, writing down something I've been grateful for in the day. Going through my cards, reading something, just like setting an intention and then meditating a little bit. And so the next morning, this morning, I wake up and I'm like asking my brother, oh, how was the experience? And he like looks at me with like darts in his eyes, and it's like, oh, it was a horrible experience. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean it was a horrible experience? And he told me it's way too strong. So, like, and this is when we started to try these oils out. I remember telling you, friends, that they recommend you try half a teaspoon of oil, which is like 2.5 mils. And I don't know if it translates directly to 2.5 grams, but let's say 2.5 grams. So I started with that much, upped it to like a whole teaspoon, upped it to a whole teaspoon and a half, and then now to about 2 teaspoons. And I'm still, I feel normal. I don't feel like I'm on planet, whatever. I'm just having an experience. I'm vibing. I'm very aware of my own body. I'm very aware of my legs being crossed. I'm aware of where I'm seated. I'm aware of my immediate surroundings. I'm aware of what I'm doing. So I don't feel like it's altering my perception of my experience at all, even if any. And then my brother, he was like, it was a horrible experience for him at like, 40% of what I've taken right now. So yeah, to realizing we have higher tolerances than we realized. You smoke up? No, Kaval knows. Kaval knows. I'm very surprised that he realizes, but I'm not surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm surprised by the fact that I am surprised. I think. Come on, you can tell me. I won't snitch. I've told you now, Kaval. You've been told. Definitely, I'm chilling with cake batter strain. Cake batter strain. For Mother's Day. That sounds amazing, Lisa. Take a puff of that for me as well, my friend. Mm. Twins usually share a room for many years. I can imagine that can be annoying when they hit that puberty mind. Yeah, yeah, I felt that way as well. Growing up in a house with four other siblings, or three other siblings, I should say, in a house with four siblings is the right phrasing. You need to learn how to share everything. And yes, we get compared in terms of education and accomplishments. When young, it was always fun to have a friend to play with games with. Yeah, that's also true, right? You have someone that is your age equal. So, like a school friend almost. Someone that's always going to be as developed physically and mentally, probably, as you are. And that makes it pretty cool as well. Hmm. I want to smell that cake batter strain. Me too. Sounds amazing. I want a strain called Third Eye. I'm pretty sure there would be a strain called Third Eye, Kaval. Went to two dispensaries, and due to COVID, they weren't letting us smell. But the guy who helped us gave us a distant whiff, so he got the sales. Man, I'm just imagining this guy, like, holding this jar and being like, try and smell it quickly, try and smell it. What the hell, dude? We live in a weird age, dude. COVID has really changed the way we do a lot of things. Like the content creation space was really affected by it as well. People traveling around the world has, I believe, been at an all-time low in the last few years. As it was just rising as well. Makes me sad because I still want to travel the world and I don't want to deal with all of this, BS. Things will get better, I'm sure. No use worrying about it. No use worrying about it. Sriracha AF, what's your favorite strain to smell? My favorite strain to smell is lemon haze for some reason. Man, well, is it now? Because I recently started. Well, I have this strain called like Uno CBD, and it has these funky notes that just like kick my nose right in its metaphorical ass, and it's an amazing smell. It makes me so happy. Mm, I don't, because I don't partake, but I enjoyed the blueberry muffin yesterday. I don't, because I don't partake. What do you mean you don't partake, my friend? Because when you say you don't partake, oh, yeah, that is what you're saying. Your partner is the one who smokes it. Okay, but do you eat edibles then? Is that what you're saying of the blueberry muffin? I'm guessing. How do you go live? So, in like, I'm not sure how this is oriented on your screen, but for me, if I click in this corner, there's a little X. click on that X, and then it brings up this little page where you can pick something that you want to stream to, like a subreddit. Then you go live. Easy like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, OG says he's gonna head out to my parents to celebrate Mother's Day. Much love to you all. Much love to you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here with us for as long as you were. He got a forbidden fruit too. That sounds nice. Estian is that guy who takes a whole J for a newbie. Aren't we supposed to do that? Of course I'm that guy, Caval. Like, I mean, if he's new to it, he's going to have the full experience, right? Man, like, I feel bad as well because I feel like I'm moving into a pattern. Fortunately, only with edibles specifically. Like, edibles, for some reason, I have extreme tolerances to. Like, tolerances where I'm taking 300 milligrams of oil, and then I'm just, I'm having a good experience and I'm kind of sleepy. That is like my description of what I'm going through. Where if I gave that to my brother, he'd probably think I tried to kill him or something. And now I'm realizing that maybe I should stop doing that. Like, maybe I should just stop even guesstimating based on my dosage. Because I thought, like, if I gave my brother half the dose that I'm used to, he'd be all, honky-dory, Maybe like 1/8 of a dose I should have tried. So I'm being aware of that. And I'm trying to keep that in mind because I have friends coming over next weekend. And I was preparing to give them the same dose I was taking because that was like what I was thinking. I'm like, oh man, these dudes smoke as well. They have, they can handle it. But no, apparently no. Thank you for the heartwarming, OG Kush. You're pretty much already gone, I think. But thank you nonetheless. I'll probably say too strong too. I'm pretty sensitive to all. Probably why I just don't. I understand that, Sriracha. Like, it's better to not partake. I mean, like, the nice thing about smoking it, and like something to consider, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Like, if your partner smokes, like the one thing you can do is like take literally only a single hit and then wait like 15 minutes before you even consider taking another hit. That would be the best way for you to partake. If you want to try it and you've never tried it before, you'd have very low tolerance. It's like literally just a single hit and then wait 15 minutes before you try another one. Then you should be about okay. But I'm not a medical professional. Don't take my advice on anything. I know absolutely nothing. I'm a random stranger on the internet. No, I'm a friend on the internet. But I don't know jack shit about anything, so don't take my advice. But if you absolutely have to, take that advice. If you absolutely have to smoke. But like, it's also a thing for me. I'm thinking now about the situations I've went through where one of my significant others also they didn't choose to smoke, and they would, like, occasionally, as I said, take like a single puff, and then it would be an acceptable experience because it's not too much. Doom, I think you hit the plus button, is right, but I'm super interested in it all. So I have had so great an experience browsing the weed stores yesterday. Very much eye candy. It is beautiful, isn't it, Sriracha? Like, it's a flower at the end of the day. And they look different and they smell different, and it's a different experience with each one of them. Lemon haze is my favorite. Lemon haze smells so good. Atomic apple is the bomb. He just smells the MST on contact high. I understand which one is the one that makes you active. Sativa is the one that makes you active. Thanks for spreading positivity. Spending positivity. Thank you for... If I'm spending positivity, are you cashing positivity? So thank you for cashing that positivity, my friend. Precious girlfriend Stephanie is what they call an Irish twin. She is only 10 months and 2 weeks apart in age from her older sister. Oh, so where you're like she was just out of the hospital, or the mom was like just done with having her baby and then she got pregnant again and then she had her second child soon after. I feel it's nice being in that kind of relationship as well, because then your siblings but also, as you said, Irish siblings. So you're so close in age that you could have just as well been siblings. Mm-mm. Trevor is here. Hey, Trevor. Trevor says it's a rainy day where I am, but I'm sending everyone love and light. Thank you, my friend. We're sending you love and light as well. I don't eat edibles, but I really like the smell. I can spend hours just in a perfume store. Okay, so you like smells in general. I feel that as well, Sriracha. I'm also a big smell fan. Like, that's why I love flowers. I'll take pictures of flowers as well. And just, going to a flower and just sniffing that aroma. I'm thinking of sniffing that lavender bush that's around there right now. Also really has a calming and soothing effect on you. That's cute, Sriracha. How can you enjoy it like that? Shows good sensitivity. Well, I mean, like, this is something I do as well, where I won't eat my food unless I've smelled it first. So there's definitely something to it, being able to experience it fully, even with only smelling it. I would go for Estion's dose, only to end up going crazy. But it would probably write mad poetry. Okay, now I'm considering it. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Man. Yeah, I'm feeling a bunch of things, none of which I think I should say. It doesn't help. Impossible night, my friend. He says, good morning, Melt More. How's it going, my friend? It's going well, Impossible night. It's going really well. I'm kind of tired. I'm vibing, melting into my seat right now. And it's a good time. I'm calm. Mm. Wrong. For a second. Chew your water before you swallow, kids. Melt, I did try it last night though, and wow, no, it was a pen, and it was too much, just a tiny bit, and I was done for the night. Pens and joints are like two different levels. Like, I think a pen is at least 4 times stronger than a joint would be, so it was like taking 4 joint puffs for that one pen puff that you took. But I'm sorry that it knocked you out, my friend. At least it was a good time. It looks like it was. Was it? So yeah, I'm okay with just visuals and smells. Oh, it makes sense. Keep it to that for now then. I think I'd be a sativa guy then. Cause I don't like things that mellow me too much. Or perhaps because I have ADHD. I should get the other kind. You tell me, Estian. Oh, Kaval. Disclaimer. Beep, 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 beep. I know nothing. I have no clue, no expertise. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a guru. I'm not a medicine man. So I don't know anything. Okay. Now that is out of the day. Also, take my advice at your own risk. But in my personal experience, sativa is going to have a higher concentration of tetrahydrocannabinol, which is a stimulant to your brain, technically. It releases dopamine, which can be great for writing as well, if that is what you want to use it for, Kaval. And then sativa, which is the opposite of the spectrum, is usually, sometimes, like, it's not, set in stone, but sometimes it has a higher concentration of CBD, which is like the counterbalancing neurochemical of THC, where if you smoke CBD and THC together, it's going to be a more mellowed experience as opposed to smoking pure THC by its own. So, on that note, depending on what you want to use it for, I personally appreciate the THC, the sativa, because it makes me more talkative, makes me more active. But if you're going to be watching a movie, for example, or doing something that might, cause anxiety, I'm trying to think of an example of that, then maybe the other side of the strain is going to be for you as well. I feel it definitely is situational. Just don't overdose me. Like, fortunately, and this is something I'm very happy about marijuana as well, is you can't really overdose yourself. I think you would have to replace most of your body fluids with THC to actually kill yourself with it. So, yeah, it's not possible, fortunately. It can't be done. Well, it can be done, but you would probably die from physical trauma than you would from the actual chemical, which you could do with water or with sand or whatever you want to. I see you in the park right now. Can I tackle you? Yes, Spookins. Yes, you can tackle me. I get. Oh no, no! Don't tackle me! Oh goodness! Please don't tackle me. Like my first initial thought was like, if there is someone somewhere in these fields, I want them to come and tackle me right now, because one, that would be absolutely hilarious, and very memorable and gold. And the second thing that I realized is, what if this person is looking at someone sitting in a park, just chatting or maybe streaming as well, and he actually tackles that person after me saying yes, tackle me, in him's mind or in her mind or his mind thinking that it's that person saying yes, give the go ahead to tackle. So don't tackle the me you think I am. But if you know it is the me that you're looking at, then I give you permission to tackle me. uh, I am growing 2 types of lavender. I didn't even know. No, I did know. I did know there's more than one type of lavender. One of them have more flowers than the other, right? Ours have like basically non-existent flowers. How big are your lavender plants, Sriracha? I'm curious. Hey, Toasty is in the house. He says poof. Hello, loves. So instead of like, I'm like imagining Toasty almost like as a James Bond character now, seeing him in a full tux, hair slicked back. He has his earrings in, and he has a joint in the hand, or his bong. Instead of having a martini, he has the joint, and then he like takes a big ass puff and he blows the smoke and he walks through the smoke and he like leans against the the wall. It's like, hello, love. That's what I imagine, Toasty. Your 3 words have inspired that imagination within inside of me. Mm, you like boys? In the sexual sense, no, my friend, no. Do I like boys in general? Sure, why not? There's nothing wrong with boys. I like girls as well. I like grown ass women as well. I like grown ass men. I like babies. There's nothing not to like in this beautiful world that we live in. But if your question is directly, am I a homosexual? No. I bet for the masculine interested in how do I say this? Just females, right? Man, I'm like trying to figure out how to say this without being politically incorrect. Have you ever been in a fist fight? Not in a while, my friend. But yeah, most of the fist fights I've been in was with my brother. But I can see right now he's smiling as I said it. He knows. uh, Yo, you smoking? Do we actually get to smoke together? No, Toasty. I am super blazed because I took 9 grams of edible oil before the stream. I wanted to make it like extra sure that it wasn't, just me imagining things. Because, like, and I've said this before, and I want to say it again because I think he can hear me now. I really didn't intend for him to have a bad experience. Yeah. I still feel bad. I still feel so bad. But yeah, I mean, technically we are experiencing the same chemical, the same compound together. I don't have any rolling papers left anymore, Toasty. Here's my reason for not smoking today. I prefer my water boneless. Yeah, I'm also a big fan of boneless water, my friend. Like, once I've gone boneless with my water, I can never go back to boned water. Man, like, I don't know how people do it. Thank you for the helpful, my friend. I appreciate you, CG Ale, or Seagale, one of them. My kids are 17 months apart. Are they very close? Bone in water. Delicious. Haven't tried that bone in. Yeah, like the boned water. Bone in water isn't what it's all made up to be. Oh man, I'm trying to imagine what. Like I'm trying. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm just imagining. The more I imagine it, the more it grosses me out. Like, I'm imagining this bottling company that just has like this like KFC, like dustbin getting dropped at them, and then them sorting like those single little drumstick bones out, and then pressing those drumstick bones, through these little holes, and then screwing the top back on, and then shipping those chicken bone mortars out. Man, it's gross. Oh no, I can't. I'm gonna stop imagining it because I'm trying to picture what it would taste like, and it. Oh no. I read in Newsweek years ago that the lethal amount of marijuana is like 900 joints, but anyone would pass out before they got there. Exactly, Seagull. Like you would die from smoke inhalation before you would die from the actual compound, which is, yeah, it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. That's a lot of rolling. Just imagine, dude, this guy rolling 900 joints to kill himself with it. And then he's like halfway through the smoking of the joints, he realizes his life isn't as bad as he thought it was because he has enough weed to roll 900 joints. And then he was like, you know what? I'm like 450 joints in. These other 450 joints will probably last me a while if I just stop smoking joints right now and sleep it off till tomorrow. Sounds like a challenge. Oh, look at Lane. He's like, oh yeah, only 900. He says, oh, I can do that. Jovan drew this. I'm not kidding. What? What? I'll share it with her consent. Oh, did she share something with you directly, Toasty? I'm like so confused right now. What did like the 1,000 joints thing or the 900 joints thing? Man, now I'm curious. I'm losing my mind. This is so awesome. Yeah, and like now I feel like I'm out of the loop, Toasty. What have you done? My heart, my soul. Love your clothes. Thank you, my friend. For some reason, the place my mind went to, Surfer Gal is her name as well. It's like, I love your clothes. Give them to me. What? I said, give me your clothes. But I'm in the middle of nowhere. I didn't ask where you were. I told you, I like your clothes. Give them to me. You planning on going to SawCon next year? SawCon? SawCon? Like a convention for the Saw movie? Definitely not. Absolutely not. The lavender is so small still. Just got it this spring. I went to make sage bundles of lavender. I want to make sage bundles with lavender in it. That sounds amazing, Sriracha. I want to do the same thing, but I don't have any white sage. I have Mexican sage, but I don't know if it burns as well. Like it has a little bit of a pungent smell when it burns. It doesn't have that soft, fluffy white sage leaves. My brother is 17 months older than me. How is your relationship with your brother, Sriracha? Watered down chicken. I want to forget it, Lane. Let me forget. Hey, Katie. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. Katie is saying, I'm going to work, but I wanted to say hi and send my love. Thank you for your love, my friend. I appreciate you. Sorry, I'm so big. No, the Toasty 007 villain idea. Yeah, I feel it, Toasty. I do feel it. I think he would be a pretty slick, like, super villain. Well, more like Toasty James Bond. Yeah, I'm Toasty. Or would be I'm Mosty. Toasty the Mosty. McCowan says, morning melt. Hello from Colorado. Hope you have a beautiful day, man. My day has been had, my friend. It is like 5 o'clock where I am right now. So my day's been had, my friend. It's up to you, friends, to keep the sun busy for me today. It is the gear of the bears in his flesh. Yeah, Bear, it's been a while since we've seen you, my friend. How's it going? How's the jungle, the wild, if you will, the forest? How is the Starlink coming along? I hope that your friend can actually get the internet up and running soon. Yeah, the terrible internet. My heart is dying for you, dude. Like, not having internet is the worst. He didn't just fall for SawCon. Oh, I did. I did fall for the Solcon because, but he didn't deliver. Like if the friend actually went through with the like punch, you know, the Solcon, these whatevers, then I would have been actually like finished. I would have been like, oh, damn, man, you got me. But now he just like kind of rickrolled me without getting me to click on the link. Faulty rickroll. I do not accept. It hasn't happened. Yeah, I have terrible internet out here, so I can't really watch the streams well. Like right now, it's froze for me. Well, you probably can't hear what I'm saying as well. I appreciate you being here nonetheless, Mr. Gare Bear. Are you from South Africa? Yeah, I am, Peach Man. It is Peach Man. I am from South Africa. I'm a small, wee bit little organism that lives on the surface of this planet that is not America. The fact that we want to separate ourselves and stuff like that as well. It's like, yeah, you're the same thing I am, this human being, but you're not the same thing I am where I am. So you're not worthy of the same things I'm worthy of. Man, humans. You've mentioned before. I'm glad you're able to stop by, man. I'm also happy. You look like a chill dude. I'm feeling pretty chill, my friend. I'm like all the way molten. Don't even know where my skin starts and the air stops, dude. Do we ever really know? Think about it, my friend. Hold your arm out. Like, and I know to some of you it might be colder or warmer, but probably the same. I think we basically would have the same about like average temperature right now because it's like, spring, fall-ish for most of us. So, like if you hold your arm out or just your hand, you can kind of realize, you can feel that air. You don't have to grasp it, you don't have to hold on to that air. But when you just open your hand, all of that air is on and in and a part of your hand as well. Why do we think of ourselves as separate from the very air that we're breathing? Because we're not. We really are not. And I love thinking about this idea. Like when I try and imagine myself as like small, or I think of my problems as big, I just kind of imagine Earth disappearing, boom, and me being in the void of space. Being like, and then after 2 minutes, basically being not. Huh? I know it's horrifying. That's the point. We are so a part of this earth. So a part of this earth. That if it wasn't for this earth, we would literally cease to be. In 2 minutes or so. The little birds chirping. Like, this is also something that fascinates me, right? Sound. The reason I know there are sounds happening around me is because those little beings are using their instruments of voice, of communication, to put little frequency waves into the air that I'm sitting in right now. And as this air vibrates and hits my eardrums, it vibrates those ear little bones as well. Creates these analog signals, weemp 10011100 in your brain, and then your brain deciphers this signal as the information that you're experiencing as this sound. So then the question arises in me: do you need, or is there a sound without the experience of the sound? Like, how do we know there's a sound if we couldn't observe the sound actually happening? Oh, Lisa is leaving. Bye, my friend. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing day. Again, happy Mother's Day, my friend. Does your family listen to the chats with us? Do they ever talk about the things afterwards? Like my brother will sometimes listen to what I'm saying. Like if they're sitting on the couches inside, they can usually hear what I'm talking about. But they usually don't bring up the things I talk about. Yeah. Unfortunately, the only one that shares my opinions in my immediate vicinity is me. So we don't get along on the same things, which is okay. We don't need to. If we all believed the same things and understood things the same way, life would be very, very boring. So I'm happy with them being as they are. I don't have white sage either, but I have a garden cooking sage and purple sage. Smells great. Just finished drying a couple of weeks ago. So I'm happy that you tell me that as well, Sriracha. Like, you don't want your sages to be completely, like, stock dry. You want them to be a little bit, they have to. This is a little bit of moisture to them as well. I love you all. Love you as well, Lisa. Thank you, my friend. I also talked with someone who smudge often, and they say try it, and it doesn't matter if it's not white sage. Yeah, maybe I'll try it anyway. I do still have a sage stick, so I'm not in need of one right now. But if I am, then I will. Hey, Coco, be trapping. Man, Coco, I remembered your name. I remember you telling me your name, but it's been like a while since I've seen you. So now I've used your space where your name used to be for something else. Damn it. Damn it. Like, a surefire way for me to 100% remember your name is to show up every single day. Because then I would feel too bad to forget ever again. Mm. I do know Gare Bear's name as well, man. And I know Toasty's name as well. But I feel like these are now secret Corey. You see, I knew it was an easy one as well, because I remember saying in that moment that I just had to change one letter of your like username. So Corey Coco, Coco Corey. So I'm going to like add extra hooks in my brain to it now. So coconuts have coconut core, right? The little hairs on the outside. So if you're Coco, you can also be coconut. So, and that has that core in it. So Corey the coconut. Coco, Corey, Coco, coconut. Corey, I'm gonna remember all the hooks, stitching it into my brain, trying to form as many patterns as I can. Very aggressive wiggly air. Yeah, the metal. And we're like, yeah, fucker. And to a random animal, it's just, as you said, aggressive wiggly air. Dum dum. Wiggly air, my favorite invention. Isn't it the best, dude? Wiggly. Without wiggly air, I wouldn't be me, quite literally. You're very talented, Lane. Patent this shit. Yeah. I love Lane as well, man. Like, Lane is ahead of a lot of us with the amount he has pursued in this passion of his. Because Lane, I want to tell you something as well. What you spend, and this is something that's kind of discouraging to someone who is past that age, what you spend your time on during your ages of 13 to 18 is what you have the best chance in making a career, making a career out of, which you like did obsessively. And I feel for you it's music. For me, it was questioning reality and talking about that. So I feel maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Talking, just expressing, visualizing, articulating different ideas in different ways, trying to form some sort of structured understanding of what it is we're experiencing. Mm. Hey, Lane, ever listened to German industrial? And man, is German industrial like a genre? But I'm guessing Rammstein would be German industrial then. To which I can basically guarantee that Lane has been listening to Rammstein. I'm not sure. I'm speaking for Lane, but I'm not sure. You asked how my relationship with my brother is, and then I just got a text from him saying Happy Mother's Day instantly after you asked. That's amazing, Sriracha. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. That's just, perfect synchronicity. And like seeing stuff like that, it just, gives me this smile on my face of like, yep, this is the world we live in. Things are in sync. I have listened to a couple industrial metal bands, but I'm not sure if I've checked out the German side of the genre. I'm curious as well. I have a bad ad, so I got sidetracked. I have a bad ad. so I got sidetracked. Huh? I'm not sure what you mean, Corey, because I don't. I'm not sure if the ad stands for addiction or something. I hope not. I hope not. It works so well with German. The big one is obviously Rammstein. Oh, there we go. But Eisbrecher and Oomph, I highly recommend. There we go. Oh yes, Rammstein. I do know of them. There we go. Du hast, du hast mich. Man, metal has been such a big part of my teenage years as well, and I feel me and you would have gotten along so well, Lane, if we were to be teenagers together. Because I don't think I was quite as grunge as I think you are, at least. But yeah, being that I called myself very proudly an audiophile. I was like, oh yeah, sense of superiority. 14-year-old kid that bought himself like a $300 pair of Sennheiser headphones. Like, yeah, I spent the last 4 years of my pocket money on a pair of earphones. What about it? And it was so good. I've told this story before where I just had this sense of superiority because I was like, oh yeah, I'm listening to FLAC audio files, these 27 to 43 megabyte audio files on my phone, having different SD cards for different music and stuff, and then having this like giant adapter because it has like a standard amp adapter. So you had to have like this adapter onto it to actually put it into an aux. But I love those earphones. I still do. But the right ear has like this little bit of a scratch. I think like the drivers are probably like more than 10,000 hours of music has been listened to on those earphones. So it's I guess I set them free. They're allowed to break. Mm, I'll listen to some German industrial metal someday soon. I'm sure you will. Good morning, Mr. Melt. I hope you're having a great day. I am. I am certified technician. How are you feeling, my friend? How's your day been? How's your family been? How is your colleagues been? How has the people in your life been to you? How have you been to them, my friend? How has things been going? We have Mechanic Alternative saying hi, Melt, as well. Hello to you, my friend. Same question is being extended. Hey, Rena! Thank you for being here with us, my friend. Tuning late. Greetings, everyone. You're not tuning late. You're here exactly when you needed to be. Rena shared in the Discord today, or yesterday, it might have been, like this scene where she meditated in nature. And it's like, it's green. Like, green out of the wazoo, and it's so beautiful. You want to tell us about that experience, actually, Rena? Meditating in nature, I felt like I've meditated mostly in nature, I feel. So it's been something that's very, very high on my list of recommendations. Da da da. ADHD. Okay. Attention deficit order. I forgot to get online and see you every day, and I have a 3-year-old, so things I want to get to put on the hold on a lot. Oh, my friend, don't worry at all. And happy Mother's Day to you, my friend. Thank you, Coco, for being here with us. I'm not trying to be like, oh, where have you been, Corey? Where have you been? How dare you not show up every single day? Not at all. I was just curious. Hello, sir. There we go. Bet they have a lifetime warranty. Maybe if you want to gift him your little brother or something someday. I feel like I just got bonked, dude. Like just straight. I have no idea what you're talking about, Toasty. Let me read your message again. Bet they have a lifetime warranty. What was I talking about that might have a lifetime warranty? Maybe if you want to gift him your little brother or something someday. I'm feeling Toasty is just, throwing one of those obstacles in my way. See how I how I recover after stumbling and tripping. Mm. We have Ephilion saying, "Hey man, have you seen some of the work from Sadhguru? Some nice words that he shared to have a good life. He wished for the impactfulness of action, and the profoundness of experience. Also, if you are all gone, are we really gone? It is what you. I'm not sure what the rest of your message is, my friend, but I do feel all of those things. I don't think we're ever gone. And I can't say that I know any of Sadhguru's direct teaching. Like I feel familiar with the name, but I don't necessarily feel calm enough or confident enough to say that I know who you're talking about. But the way that I kind of have rationalized or feel I've had enough external input or information being presented to me to come to the confirmation or the conclusion, I think is a better word, of understanding that we are that eternal consciousness. We are this awareness that we are. The I am that I am. You understand what I mean? And that I am that we experience, every single one of us, is eternal and unending and inescapable as well. And for that reason, I believe that when this physical form perishes, that I am continues. You can call it spirit, soul, universe, consciousness, oneness, uh, the great amalgamation, Bob, if you will, whatever you want to call it. That's what I believe, at least. It was a new experience to get the heat of the sun in and to feel all the insects crawling all around me. Uh, all on me as well. Yeah, I was curious about that because that is something that I feel I've had to do some time into realizing how I felt about it, Rena. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to, because I meditate and then I like feel a bug walking on my arm, and now I'm like posed between these two actions of listen to the quaffles being chatty. They're almost like the type of parrots. Um, like what am I going to do? Am I going to choose to like flick this insect off of me, which would mean I'm breaking my meditative pose, or do I continue in my meditative pose and just let these insects roam over me? And I feel like the right choice in that is to continue in my meditation pose, to strengthen that meditation pose. But I feel like my instinct is to flick him off, and I think that's where the challenge comes in. Da-dum-dum. Oh, your headphones, you goober. Oof, man. Now I can go back and read your comment. Bet they have a lifetime warranty. Okay, my headphones. I think they might actually. Yeah, Sennheiser is pretty serious about their sound. Maybe if you want to gift them to your little brother or something someday. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense because the way, like, if I just understood what you meant in your second message, I think I would have understood the entire message a little bit better, Toasty. Because, like, I read your message as in maybe if you want to gift them your little brother. For some reason, to your, like, just got erased in my brain. Like, I wanted to gift them my little brother. Like, give them my little brother for something. And I was like, what? And then the warranty, yeah, yeah, I was a good. You're very right, very very right. Yeah, my bad. Thank you, my friend. All on me as well. Yeah, didn't want to leave the woods afterwards. Was very hard to get going. Yeah, like you feel in tune. I feel, Rena, and at the end of the day, we did originate from the jungle, right? Literally, or the woods, if you will. So, and there's been like studies done that it's good for our brains to look at trees and to look at nature sceneries. So I'm not surprised. Mm, froggy gay, froggy day. Woo! This oil is kicking now. Froggy girl, how are you feeling, my friend? Happy Mother's Day to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm trying to imagine that I'm one of the trees just being there and experiencing being. Yeah. What's interesting though is when I opened my eyes, no bugs were on me. So you felt the sensation of crawling, but no bugs were on you. And that's like, if that, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. And that is something that really fascinates me about our own bodies as well. And I don't know if you friends know, some of you might. There's this monk streamer friend, Monk Life. He's called on Reddit as well, and Facebook and YouTube. He's on all those platforms. Um, he basically, I asked him on one of the streams, like when we have these feelings, when our bodies have these physical sensations that almost like prompts us to move our bodies and to break our uh, composure. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, I asked him if that is almost something to stop us from achieving this meditative state. And then he recommended that you shouldn't be thinking of it as, trying to achieve anything in your meditative state. You shouldn't be striving towards something. It should be an acceptance of what is and of what the experience brings in that moment. And like, I feel that was definitely something that brought a lot of clarity to me. But it still confuses me as to why we have these body physical sensations. I still don't understand why they come. I think we all need one of those purple cups. Like, I wish I actually knew where it came from. It has no labeling on it. I don't know where we bought it. It's getting kind of wrecked. Yeah, I don't know. Purple cups for the win. Yeah, Rena also has a purple cup. Her purple cup is slightly see-through, so it's like a crystal almost. Hey, Mandros. One of my favorite things to do is go into the woods. Oh, you're talking to Rena. Go into the woods on my property, and I have a big boulder I sit on and smoke. I love being in the woods and just existing. It truly is a different experience to just sit and exist in nature. It really is. You realize just how, I want to say welcome you are, but I feel a better word would be how well you fit in that scene. Even though you're this human being sitting in this, middle of nowhere, the situation, you are so fitting. Even if you're, smoking like your electronic vape or whatever, you're still so put in that scene. Like, it's like a puzzle piece, like a piece of art as well. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Ooh, Sennheiser headphones are awesome. I'm using Momentum 2 at the moment. They're great, Rena. Man, like, paying for good sound. These Quaffles are really chatty today. Paying for good sound is always worth it. Like, your ears will thank you, my friend. My dream is to live in the woods. It's a realistic dream. You can even make a whole thing out of it. You can build yourself a little cabin in the woods. Film it. Make all of them YouTube monies, Rena. If not, why not? I'm so baked. I'm sorry. Context, schmontext. Yeah, context, schmontext. Who cares, Thirsty? It had me, going for a bit. So maybe that was the point. Toasty, I love your energy. I don't think I say that enough. Toasty, I think Toasty knows. Toasty know how much he's appreciated. Like, I had to let him know as well one day. I live on 22 acres in the middle of the woods on top of a small mountain. Hence my terrible signal. Man, Starlink's gonna come through. I'm sure, Gary Bear. Starlink is gonna come through. Hash lungs. How are you feeling, my friend? It's been forever since I've seen you. Yeah, like very long. How have you been? Where have you been? How's things been going? How's life been treating you? I'm curious. Northern Lowell, you as well, my friend. It's a great day. It is. It really is. Again, friends, I want to say this to those of you tuning in right now. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers among us. There was definitely bugs in me while I was meditating, but as I stopped, they were all gone. I opened my eyes during and saw one, just to check if it's a dangerous one, but I didn't break the meditation later on. That's perfect, Rena. A dangerous bug. Yeah. Man, insects, and spiders, and scorpions. Apparently scorpions have been around since before the dinosaurs. Isn't that a trip? And they have these little feelers at the bottom that basically do like pheromone tracking. And they like the image they form of their world is more susceptible to the sensitive little feelers they have at the bottom of them than their own eyes. And they have eyes on top of their heads as well. And we're just like, yeah, that's just a scorpion. That's what that is. And we're ignoring the fact that this insect, well, is it an insect? No, it's not. Well, it has 6 legs. I don't know. Whatever a scorpion is supposed to be. It literally has these protruding organs out of its chest that look like little wings, that have little sensors on them that can detect pheromones. And then there are studies or scientists that say like we can't rightly determine if human beings release pheromones or not. Yeah, you let your mind go with that wherever you want to go with it. Today's a good day. Life's been challenging lately. In short, I'll grow for a living and have had some health issues with my lungs and heart starting in January. I had to quit toking, vaping, smoking, and just chill. I had to quit toking, vaping, smoking, and just chill. Okay, my friend. So you're going to have to, have had some health issues. Okay, no. In short, I grow for a living. Okay, yeah, I'm back again. So you grow for a living, and now you have to stop smoking because of the amount you've been smoking, or are you stopping smoking because of your health issues right now? I'm curious as well, my friend, because I know a lot of these, vaping products, at least the ones that came out really early in market, never really follow the regulations for how they're supposed to be prepared. And for that reason, apparently a lot of people got really hurt lung-wise. I'm sure you'll be okay though, my friend. I mean, growing for a living is a life dream for a lot of people. And I'm sure you know that as well. No, you're loved, my friend. No, you're loved. Yeah. Da 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 da. Oh, sorry. I miss being here every day. I remember seeing you for the first time on day 20 something. I remember you as well, Gerber, and I remember you being, one of the first like OG daily like viewers. And it was amazing, man. We miss you, my friend. We haven't forgotten you at all, Gerber. Yeah, I'm able to be here every day anymore. Either Gerber, daylight savings, them daylight savings, dude. How dare they? How dare they interrupt our time with their daylight savings? Had to lol. Sorry, I could have worded that better. No, it's okay, my friend. Don't worry about it. Had to quit because of the health issues. Sounds about right. Jewel almost killed me. Had blood clots in my lungs. You see, like that's the thing I'm talking about, dude. That's not okay. How can they do that stuff? Daylight savings broke my daily attendance as well. Though I thought it wouldn't. It's okay, Rena. Don't worry, my friend. Like, there's no requirements, there's no obligations. All we're doing here is showing up. And if we're not showing up in this space right now, we're showing up somewhere else in the world. And if you're just thinking, like, of this space, you're here as well. Because at the end of the day, we human beings aren't any further from one another or further from, the very source we are from, God, the very universe, the very essence of what we are created from. We're just a thought from that. Like as soon as you think about, this thing that is larger than us, this afterlife, this infinite consciousness we're experiencing, you are in union with it. Because to have that thought is to basically create it within yourself and within your mind. And it's fascinating. It really is fascinating to me because we can do that with our loved ones as well. And I believe thinking of our loved ones and genuinely like sending that, just that like mental process of thinking of them. And I feel this is something we definitely need to more consciously be aware of, that instead of just when we're thinking of someone being like, oh, I wonder what so and so is doing, as we do sometimes. I'm not judging us thinking about other people, but I feel a better way to kind of think about thinking of someone else is to not only think of them as in I wonder what they're up to, but also to imagine them doing fantastically. Imagine them with a big smile on their face. Imagine them jumping up and down with joy. Imagine them waking up from a good day's rest or whatever. Just send them an imagining of a blessing on their life. Not just, oh, I wonder what Meltmore is doing, and then you imagine me washing the dishes. Sure, I could be doing that at that moment, but I mean, like the washing of the dishes and the energy of, just having finished a competition of sorts and having won, like there's a contrast in the way we feel in that moment, and that joy and that excitement of having won something isn't necessarily the same of getting something done as in washing. And I feel imagining that joy for one another, we can maybe inspire that joy within one another. Have a great day. You too, mechanic. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Mm. My cup is empty, and so is my bottle. I think this is the first time we've ever finished all of our water on stream. Imagining Mel washing the dishes and dancing around the kitchen. I actually do that. I try and like, maybe it's a vice, but when I have to do busy work like trimming or washing dishes or cutting grass or taking care of something that you're going to be doing repetitively, listening to music is like number one bandage I want to stick over that situation. And as I said, maybe it is a bit of a crutch, me wanting to like lean on something because I don't necessarily want to like just be doing this thing alone. Is there harm in doing that? Because now what I'm thinking about is our, I don't know if it's a need or if it's necessarily a, what's the word I'm looking for? Geneigheid is the Afrikaans word for it. Propensity? I think it's propensity is the English word for it. We have this propensity to forget exactly what we were going to say as we want to say it, as I just did. And that's okay. I'm listening to Melt Dream podcast while washing the dishes over the weekend. I'm happy that you're doing that, my friend. I hope that it was a good one. We had Jeff on this week. It was a good chat. It was a really good chat. Gerber says, have a wonderful day. My essay, Ellen Watts. I leave you with this wisdom. We all live out our lives on a path. It is both our choice and our destiny. Go with the flow. Your life knows what it's doing. I feel that as well, Gerber. And to add to that, your life is meant for you, my friends. Oh! Okay, so I was picking up my book, and I feel like I'm lying right now just by saying this, but I'm being dead serious. I was picking up this book to find that line. Like, your life is meant for you. And here it is. Your life is meant for you. Oh my goodness, what are the odds of that happening? Because this is something I genuinely believe. It's like a phrase that has so much meaning to me, and that's exactly why I have it written down. Ooh, and then you said basically just the elongated version of that, Care Bear. Because quite literally, the life that we are living and the way that we are living it and the experiences that we are getting to have within it is exactly the way it's supposed to be. In Gare Bear's words, our life knows what it's doing. Our life is meant for us. We are supposed to have this life with the ups, with the downs, with the tragedies, with the victories, all of it. This is what we're supposed to be experiencing. And to add actually another piece that is very relevant, the very life you are living is equal in power, majesty, and effectiveness to any life that has ever been lived. Huh? You understand that? No single person, no person you've ever idolized, no Bill Gates, no Elon Musks, no Gandhis, no, Sadhri Hantas, no, whatever, word you want to add to someone that has lived before, lives currently, or will live in the future, will have a life that is worth more than yours is in this very moment. Because if you weren't meant to be, you wouldn't be. Right? Come to that realization that you quite are this reality embodied into your physical single expression and understanding of this physical single expression. We are infinite and eternal beings, my friends. Them oils sure do give me cotton mouth. I haven't had too many oils, so I don't know if it does me as well. Same. Must have music to clean. It motivates me. It really motivates me as well. You get into a rhythm. I just have music playing all the time. Yeah, Lane doesn't need a reason to synchronize with the universe right there. Yeah, quite literally, hash lungs. Man, I love it. It's such a good feeling as well, like being in sync, right? And you know what you feel like when you're in sync. And I felt like pretty out of sync at the start of the stream, and for some reason, Like spending time with you friends, kind of processing the things I'm feeling, going through the motions. I feel like I usually kind of come back into sync by the end of these streams, and it makes me so happy that I can share that experience with you friends and be in that experience with you friends. Powerful words, Mel. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Rena. Take my energy. I'm taking it, my friend. Taking all of them energies. Man, it's a beautiful day. I legit use music for everything. I always jam at work, walking the dog, going to the skate park, sleeping. What music do you listen to, my friend? And do you listen to different genres of music depending on the task you're pursuing? Like this album, this genre, this artist for work, this, that for walking the dog, going to the skate park. I'm curious, my friend. Or do you listen to the same bands in like rotation? I'm going to go now to call my mother. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Northern Lolo. Have a fantastic day, my friend. Do go tell her that internet friends tell her Happy Mother Day as well. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for being here with us. Man. Ooh. There's just a cold wind that came past me. How can you sleep and listen to music? Yeah, like I was also a little bit jarred by that one, but it did kind of inspire me to ask the question of, like, do we listen to music, one genre? Because I can imagine listening to like lo-fi beats or something while you're sleeping, and then do something like kind of happy-go-lucky when you're walking the dog, uh, like work jams while you're like kind of going through the motions of office work, something like that. But I'm curious. I don't think the friend is still here. It looks like, but I am curious. Thanks, thank you, Elvis. Is it Elvis? No, it's Elvin. Thank you, Elvin. I appreciate you, my friend. I listen to lo-fi to study and to sleep. Apparently, well, we've done like a little bit of a test run, like talking over lo-fi drops or beats kind of works with these streams as well. But one of the reasons I've opted out of playing any music on these streams is because they do go up on YouTube as well, and I don't want to get demonetized or copyright stricken. We live in such a interesting world where people that make billions of dollars on music will sue you because you listen to their music on your content. Like you were literally just listening to their music in the background, and they're like, that is something that's so atrocious that we're going to take all of your revenue. I'm not earning any money, obviously, but like they do this to other content creators. Like I'm going to take all of your money because you use like 8 seconds of my song in your video or whatever. And it's so backwards. Like it makes me so angry that we as human beings can basically introduce one another to different music through a scene like that. Like let's say, for example, I'm listening to music and you ask me, oh, what song is that? And I'm like, oh, it's sung by this artist. And now you discover this new artist. And then 2 days later, that artist's label like strikes my video and then makes like a big deal out of it. And I'm like, Jesse, dude, why you gotta be like this? Why I gotta be like this? I use my Sennheiser's noise cancellation to not hear anything when my neighbors are partying, not to listen to the silence, but to listen to the silence. Okay, that sounds amazing, actually, Rena. I'm happy that that works. Like noise cancellation technology is actually really cool. It basically uses a microphone and artificial intelligence. I think it's artificial intelligence to create an opposite wavelength of the sound that's coming into your ears, which basically cancels it out, which is a really cool technology. Yeah, there's no silence where I come from. Guess you're gonna have to get yourself a pair of Sennheiser earphones, my friend. I listen to a lot of lo-fi when I'm having a stressful or rough day, and I feel that metal won't do the trick. Man, I feel that is the biggest surprise I've had all day, Lane. Thank you for telling me that. Loving the style today. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you saying that. Dead popcorn. I appreciate you. I used to listen to the radio when I slept as a kid in the early 2000s. Now Coldplay's Clocks and No Doubts, It's My Life put me in a funky, hypnotic sleep state. That's really interesting, Toasty. So, would you, like, as a ritual, play these songs before you go to sleep, or would you get into that hypnotic sleep state when you listen to these songs, regardless of your time of day? It's so sad to say, but metal doesn't fix all of my problems. Damn it. Damn it, metal, I've been betrayed. I've put all my eggs in just you. How dare you not solve my problems as well? Toasty, same here, only I grew up on country. There are a few select, few 2000s country songs that will totally wreck me. That's so curious. It's also curious that the year 2000, you haven't even been born yet, Lane. Like you're quite literally as old as my youngest brother, and I feel like at least as much as I've seen from you, you're so much more like mature than my older brother is. So maybe there's hope for him. Maybe there's hope for all of us. I think there is. I love you, friends. Thank you so much for being here with me for as long as you were. Thank you for joining us in this beautiful moment in time and space. Again, to all of the mothers that are still here with us, my friends, happy Mother's Day to you. Thank you for everything that you do. Know that you are always and forever appreciated. I love you, friends, so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow.